Hello, hello, hello. Sir David the Bard, I'm coming to you from my chiropractic office. He stripped me down and he said he's going to do a pap smear. Pap smear? I think that was on one of Leslie Nelson's programs, movies. Anyway, this is my computer that keeps me going. Insulin. Anyway, I am here in the chiropractic office, and I just thought I'd do a little bit of my show from here because it's important for you to visit your chiropractor. Now, I'm going to tell you why. First of all, you get to get undressed. That could be fun. Anyway, I had a friend. His name is Bob Lee, L-E-E. And he was named after Robert E. Lee. I don't know if he was a relative of Robert E. Lee. He's kind of fat, not buff like this. I mean, I work out with a fork. Anyway, my chiropractor will be back in here in a minute. Bob, my friend, he died. He had a hemorrhage in the head or something. He was in the kitchen and just fell over dead. The bastard. Anyway, he was a pretty good friend, and every day I would go over to his office, and I would, just sit and bullshit because he didn't have very many people coming in. He just sat in the office. I guess it was a tax deduction. Anyway, we had a pretty good relationship, and his daughter, Kathy Lee, married one of John B. Hunter's sons, and that's Howard Hunter, the president, fake prophet of the Mormon Church. Anyway, they married into a good family. Well, Robert was a little bit like me, buff, and he had some questions about the church and some of the things the church did. Well, anyway, we had good conversations. One day, I came out of my house, and the grass was wet, and I slipped on the grass and did the splits. Let me tell you, girls, a man doing the splits is very different than a woman doing the splits. We don't have the equipment for our legs to open like that. And I was hurting. I could hardly walk. I was in so much pain I could hardly walk. Well, I went over to Bob's office, and we're sitting around, and he said, "Boy, I saw you walk in, and what's wrong?" And I said, "Well, I slipped and strained my groin." He said, "Did you strain it slipping or something?" No, it was slipping, Bob. So anyway, he says, "Well, you want me to help you with that?" I said, "No, I'd rather have my nuts not tampered with by a chiropractor." Now, when I was at BYU in '72, they told me a chiropractor was a quack. And back in those days, I guess they were. Nowadays, they have more training and more experience, and they're certainly more respected. You don't throw tomatoes and oranges at them and eggs. So now they can do pap smears, and I've been thinking of trying to be a DC, but there's too much studying. I'd just rather stay married, you know what I'm saying? Convenience. Anyway, what do they say? It's not ability in a marriage, it's availability. There it is. So, I said, "Bob," and he says, "Oh, come on, Bart, come on over here. Let me take you in the back room." I said, "I don't like the sound of that to start with." I said, "Do you have a nurse here?" He goes, "Oh, no, I never worked with a nurse." I said, "Good Lord, this is lawsuit city over here, Bob. Come on back. I'll help you." Oh, okay. So I go back. He says, "Lay on the table." Now, there's strike number one right there. Lay on the table. So I laid on the table, and he came around to the bottom of the table, and he says, "Now, I'm going to take your tennis shoes off." I thought he's going to strip me naked. He's starting at the bottom. He's going to work up. So he takes some shoes off. And he goes over to this rack on the wall. And there's these, clown tennis shoes. Big shoes, like a clown wears in a circus. He gets them off the wall. He goes, "Oh, these are about the right." So he puts them on my feet. Now, I felt like a clown being there on the table, but now I'm humiliated. Now I have clown tennis shoes on. So he says, "Well, where does it hurt?" And I says, "I'm only going to point. I'm not showing you where it hurts." Okay. So I showed him, and oh my God, I was in pain. I hurt. So he goes over to the wall again, and I go, God, what's he going to get off the wall now? The famous wall of chiropractic tools. So he gets a crystal on a string. A crystal on a string. And he comes and he starts waving the crystal over my head. And I go, Bob, people give you money for this shit. He goes, yeah, a lot of money. I said, Bob, waving a rock over my head ain't going to do shit. And I'll tell you something else. Joseph Smith looking at rocks and a hat, that ain't going to do shit either. That ain't going to fool anybody. Well, I eat my words on that one, don't I? So, he finally starts moving the crystal down. I said, Bob, where are you going with the crystal? I'm going to go where no man has gone before. And I said, you can be sure of that. Anyway, he starts waving the crystal over my nuts. I go, Bob, I'm hurting, but I don't think I'm hurting that bad. Just a minute, I'm almost done. So I just close my eyes like when I get a colonoscopy. Like that. So anyway, he says, all done. Move your leg. Bob, I can't move my leg, it hurts. Move your leg. Move your other leg. Oh, hell. No pain. Just get up, walk around. Got up and walked around. By God, there was no pain. It was gone. I can't explain that. I've tried to wave crystals over my balls before, but not for pain. And that didn't work either. This worked. Now, the Mormon Church is positioning itself right now to tell you that the priesthood and the blessings from the priesthood don't work. They're getting You'll see an essay in the next 7-8 months. They're going to say to their people, we're not going to blame the victim anymore. We're not going to blame anybody anymore. It can be a positive thing if the people are worthy and the candidate is worthy, but if something is really off, you need to go see a doctor. So anyway, I've got a link down below that shows how they're moving towards going to a doctor and up to 2 boys with holy oil on your head. Okay, so I did many priesthood blessings when I was in the church for a half a century, and none of them worked. But I didn't want to admit that. I thought, well, maybe my hands were in the wrong position. Well, that's what my girlfriend used to say. So, anyway, I never saw it work. I've seen more healings by mothers to children than I have ever seen with the priesthood of the Mormon Church. When a mother holds a baby, it has a tendency to be healed. That I've seen. That I've heard. That's my experience. When you put holy oil on someone's head, consecrated holy oil, you have to take the cap off the bottle and you go get the olive oil over at the store and you go, by the power of the priesthood, be holy. And you put the cap back on because you got to trap that holiness in there. It'll jump out if you're not careful. So anyway, a lot of Mormon men will have a keychain and it'll have a little bottle on it with holy oil, shit on it. Holy oil. So, mothers heal babies. Priesthood don't do shit. I've never seen a priesthood blessing. Now, we all have experiences. We all have experiences that are unexplained. There are miracles or unusual circumstances in life. But the non-members get those miracles as quickly as the Mormons get those miracles. It's a throw of the dice. Sometimes a doctor will say you're only going to live 4 minutes, and then the guy lives, 4 hours. Well, you know what I mean. He lives to 100 years old. The doctors were wrong. There's other times that a baby is run over by an 18-wheeler truck and gets up and starts, walking away. A miracle? I don't know. I can't explain these things, and neither can you, because if you say it's God, I'm going to say I think it's a coincidence. So anyway, be careful of the Mormon priesthood. Go to a doctor first. Now let me say, a priesthood blessing or a healing blessing, there's no harm in it. I've never seen anyone, by the power of the priest, they go over dead. I've never seen that either. So it can hurt. And I guess when we're drawing straws or grasping at straws, we'll try anything. But for God's sakes, go to a doctor, get some medication, and if God is going to let 6,000 children die a night on the earth from hunger, I wouldn't put a lot of faith in Him to heal me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, be careful. I have seen faith healers, and when I was in college doing some psychic work studies, I've studied faith healers. And if any of you have done, a couple of you have done or know about Kirlian photography, where you can photograph the spirit or the energy body coming out of humans, and the tips of the fingertips seem to be a key spot for that energy to be excreted out of the body. So most faith healers do put their hands on your head and their fingers, and so, but are they putting more good spirit into you? I don't know. I've seen it work, though. I have seen it work. Not with the Mormon priesthood, but regular faith healers. I've also seen acupuncture work. I can't explain it, but I've seen it with my own eyes, healings with acupuncture. So, anyway, don't go see Bob Lee. He's dead. I love the guy. I really do. I like Bob. And I feel like he's never left. His spirit, his aura is all around me. And so I'm giving him a commercial here. So if any of you need a good chiropractic, back-breaking, whatever, or a crystal on your balls, I don't know if the crystal works on vaginas or not. These are medical things. They're far, far above the bard's brain. So anyway, take a look at the link. Oh, here comes my other psychiatrist right now. It's Margie. Damn. She looks so cute in that little white coat, and she's just hopping like a little sweet kangaroo. But she's got that blood pressure thing, and I'm afraid she's going to say, "You're going to have to drop your drawers." And I'm going to go, "Okay." Pay me, lay me, hail me. The true order of prayer. Don't slit my throat, girl. Don't cut my heart out. Don't cut my guts out. Health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins. She dances. She dances. It's like rap. Health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and the sinews. Power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity, through all generations and throughout all eternity. Margie, dance it, girl. Dance it, kangaroo. You're beautiful. This part is gone.